Hi, welcome to Word of Mouth. I am standing next to John Arenas, the owner of Metro Pizza, and in my opinion, the best pizza in Las Vegas. Today, John is going to show us how to make a classic New York style pizza. But first, John, thank you for meeting me.
Thanks for inviting me. This is great.
Tell me a little bit about yourself and how you started with the pizza industry.
I was born into the pizza business. I had no choice. I'm a third generation pizza maker. I've been making pizzas for 47 years. This is the only thing I've ever done professionally.
What brought you to Las Vegas?
Opportunity. At the time that we moved here, the economy in New York was not strong. This was 1980. Las Vegas was booming, and there was definitely a need for East Coast type pizza. There were a lot of East Coasters. Relocated New Yorkers were moving to Las Vegas, so there was a lot of opportunity, and that was really it. Plus, the weather was great.
Who came up with the concept of Metro Pizza?
Metro Pizza evolved out of, as I said, we were New York pizza makers, and we moved to Las Vegas and we discovered that there were people here from all over the world, each with their own really unique vision of what a pizza is supposed to be. And rather than stick to that New York-centric kind of, the sun rises and sets on New York pizza, we didn't want to have that argument with our customers. We wanted to embrace the things that are great about pizza everywhere. And let's face it, everybody has a unique attachment to their neighborhood pizzeria, whether they're from New York or they're from Kansas. It doesn't matter.
I'm a huge pepperoni fan.
Yeah. And that's, even that has evolved. When I was growing up in New York, it was cheese pizza or anchovies or sausage that was there. So that's changed over time, and that's the cool thing about pizza is that it's constantly evolving. And people talk about tradition, but really the real tradition of pizza is for every pizza maker to put their own spin on it.
I read an article that said Americans consume about 3 billion pizzas every year.
Well, they got to start doing their part to eat more. Pizza industry needs them.
Do you think if pizza were a new trend, it would still be as popular?
I think it's popular because of its adaptability. So it doesn't matter. Every year something new happens in the pizza industry that's exciting. Whether it's a change in the service style or a change in the toppings. There's so much diversity in pizza and so much room for experimentation and personal interpretation that I think it wouldn't matter.
Where do you see Metro Pizza in the future? China, maybe?
There's opportunities everywhere, and China is naturally the big market for European and American products right now. So yes, that's definitely one place. We've done a lot of seminars for pizza makers from China, from Korea, Singapore. So there's plenty of opportunity out there for people that want to do this with integrity.
Great. Well, thank you, and what I've been waiting for is actually making the pizza. Would you mind showing me how to do that?
Yeah, let's go.
Hey, John, what do we have over here?
What do we have? We have the components of a standard cheese pizza, a basic cheese pizza, which in the pizza industry, that's like the gold standard of our industry, whether or not you can make a cheese pizza. Because with cheese pizza, there's no place to hide. If the ingredients aren't great, there's only 4 or 5 ingredients. If they're not all really, really great, if they're not assembled with balance and care, the whole thing fails.
Are your ingredients local or?
I don't prescribe to strictly local or strictly imported. I go by what I think is best. So I may use a domestic mozzarella cheese, but I'll use an imported pecorino. I prefer the vine ripened tomatoes from California. That's just a personal preference. I like the olive oils from California because I know they have a lot of integrity and they're really closely monitored.
Okay.
So it depends.
Nice.
Okay. So hold out your hands. This is your job security because there's no machine that can replace this. So we're going to start out by creating our cornicione, the rim of the pizza. Okay. We want that to be exactly the same diameter as my pinky. Not your pinky, not the cameraman's pinky, my pinky. Make sure we have plenty of flour on the table. Let's build that edge. When we stretch a pizza, we talk about extending the pizza. And what we're really doing is manipulating carbon dioxide. During the fermentation process, we built up carbon dioxide inside the dough. Now we're going to push that carbon dioxide towards the rim. But you never want your hands or your fingertips to compress the edge. So you're just going to go up to that original line that you made when you started out. Okay, you can flip that over. Go around again.
I think once we're done, I'm going to look for an application.
Okay. Accepting applications always. Now you can gently extend the dough. Now, as you go back and forth in your hands, you're gently pulling it. Very gently, because the dough is alive and it's going to remember everything you do to it. So if you treat it badly, it's going to grow up to be rough and tough, and you're not going to like it. It's okay. That 47-year head start on you.
Can you flip it in the air? Are you one of those pizza makers?
Like one of those pizza makers? Not anymore.
Okay.
I'm more interested now in creating the best possible textures that I can, and not so interested in putting on a show.
Okay.
Let's see if we can fix that a little bit.
Okay.
A little too much weight on the outside. It's all about developing sensitivity in your hands so that you can be aware of what the dough is doing. And the dough is constantly changing. From minute to minute, it's different. How's that?
Great. I did a good job.
All right. Okay. Now, pizza sauce has only one ingredient in it, tomatoes. Everything else is added to the pizza individually by hand right before the pizza goes in the oven. Okay, so we don't mix any spices in there. It's just vine-ripened tomato put through a food mill and crushed so that it tastes like tomatoes. Remember we said earlier every ingredient counts because there's not a lot of ingredients in a cheese pizza. Okay, now what?
Now we put cheese on?
Okay, let's put a little basil on there.
Okay.
And if we're going to put basil on the pizza, we put it on underneath the cheese because basil doesn't like heat.
Or you put it after, like.
Or you can put it on when it comes out. Either one. We're going to put it on today before it goes in the oven so it cooks into the sauce. We'll flavor the sauce a little bit. Okay?
I like my pizzas extra cheesy.
Okay. So we're going to put a little pecorino romano on the pizza. And we're going to put Romano cheese that we just grated right before we make the pizza. We're not going to use the stuff from the little green can.
Okay.
Okay? Cheese loses its flavor if it's grated too far in advance. Okay. Now today what we're going to do is we're going to use a combination of shredded mozzarella and fresh mozzarella. So we'll get some different textures in there as well.
And just put some
oil. And we're going to finish it with a little bit of oregano, which we're going to crush in our fingertips to release the flavors of the aromatic herb onto the pizza. Okay? That's one of the reasons that we don't put it in the sauce, because we want to put it on the pizza right before it goes in the oven, so we'll really get the flavors, the aroma, and the fragrance. Okay?
How long did you have those in for?
This was in for about 7 minutes.
Okay. Look at those beauties. We're just gonna try the product. Would you like to join me?
I never say no to pizza. My day's not complete unless I eat at least 3 pizzas.
Is that right? You gotta fold it, right? Like a true New York, or do you not fold it?
I just get it in my mouth as fast as I can.
That's some really good stuff.
All right, so your first pizza was a big success.
Very
Nice
good.
job.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And stay tuned for more videos on Word of Mouth. Bye.